to Absolute Modics. This video I'll be showing you how to connect up a reversing camera. I'm connecting mine up to the Eon unit, which has seen me fit in the previous video. Obviously there's many different CD players which accept a camera input, or you could assume to have a screen on your dashboard or something like that. But I'm going to show you how I fit and wire up my reversing camera so it works obviously as soon as you put it into reverse. So that's what's in this video. To fit your reversing camera, you're going to need the camera, some cable for the power. You're most likely going to want some electrical connections and some tape. I've also got a soldering iron and some solder, obviously to solder the connections on so they look nice and good. You might want some tools to remove any trim if you need to, so it depends on the car. And obviously a CD player or a screen that can accept the video output from the camera. Right, so make sure your video cable is plugged into the back of your CD player. There's my Eon unit, it's plugged into the back. So we have 5 meters worth of video cable that we're going to run down the side of the car, just like we did in the video where we did the sub and amp, and we'll see you in the boot. Full enough through so that cable will stay flat with the boxing. Hi Toba. What? Now comes the time when you tuck away all of the cables behind your trim. Some cars might find it easier to remove the trim and then put the cable in its place than put the trim over the top. But here we're just going to thread it underneath and then it'll be all out the way and no one can catch it with their feet. Ta-da! Right then, the easiest way to get your reversing camera in, or that we found, is if you get in your boot, you pull that trim off, that trim there, off of here, just pull straight off, and then you can see these holes here. And in there, where that cable's pointing, is the vent. When you shut your doors, obviously the change in air pressure would normally pop a window, so manufacturers have to put vents in it to allow the air to escape so it doesn't do any damage inside the car. So you push your cable through the vent and very shortly we'll have the cable sticking out the bottom. Right then guys, we have now punctured a hole through the vent, pushed the cable through it to help us pull the video cable through. So it comes out of the number plate hole just there, and what we've done is we've taped the connections of the camera onto here so we can pull them back through the hole hopefully now without too much effort, so we shall see. All the connections has been pulled through now, so all we need to do on the outside of the car, apart from refit the number plate, is put the light back in place and take that little cover off the camera. There we go. That camera's all in place now. Now that we've got the cables in the car and we've run the video cable down the side of the car, we also need to make up the power cable for this. Now it has a jack which plugs into the camera, but we need to make a power and an earth connection that connects into the car so the camera can get its feed. So I've just took some ordinary cable, I'm attaching on some male ends and spade ends to the end of them. Then I'm going to attach these onto the bottom of the cigarette lighter and take the power and the earth from there, but I'm making special little ends that allows you to still use the cigarette lighter, and as you can see, they branch off and go to the camera. So I'm just soldering these up, and then we can attach them onto the loom and connect the camera. If you happen to have any heat shrink, by all means use that and stick that on the cables before you solder them up, but unfortunately I don't, so I'm just going to tape them up. As you can see, make sure there's no cables exposed anywhere so they can't short out, so you don't pop any fuses, because that'll be really annoying when you're trying to get your camera to work. Then once it's all connected, I attach the new little end, the Y ends I've made, onto the loom, and then I go and attach them inside the car onto the cigarette lighter, which you'll see in a few seconds. The new loom we've just created and soldered together has now got to be threaded into the car. We've threaded it through the bottom of the glove box, exactly where we put the video cable, and then we're going to thread it down the bottom of the dashboard to connect it up to the cigarette lighter. Now it's time to just put the glove box away, screw it back in, and with your new little looms that I've created there, that you watched in the part of the video, obviously you can do it any way you like. That's how I did it, because it still leaves me a spare ignition live if I want it. So it's just time to put the interior trim away and test it. It's now time to test if the camera works. With this being an Eon unit, it's connected directly into the Canbus, so as soon as the Canbus triggers we put it in reverse, it should load the camera. So if we select reverse, there's the camera mode, and there's the camera. You can see we have a glorious little box on there as well. As soon as we pull it out reverse, bye bye camera. Let's try this sucker out. Ooh! It's sweet! Wow, look how close it is to the road. The curb there. There's a curb! If I want to roll down the street in reverse. Yeah. Check that out, Tubba. That is sweet. You like it, Tubba? That's meant. And goodbye, camera. Bye bye, camera.